Today we are going to install Motone Pico LED turn signals on a brand new Triumph Speed 400. The first thing we're going to do is remove both bolts that hold the headlight. We're going to gently place this on top of the stock fender with a microfiber cloth on top of the fender. You could also unplug the headlight if you wish. Then we are going to remove the stock turn signal plugs. So you'll notice here the gray is the right side light and the green is the left side right light while sitting on the bike. Now in order to get the stock turn signal off, we need to remove the headlight brackets. So that's held in with this M6 Allen bolt here. On the right side sitting on the bike, you can remove this completely from the bike fairly easily. So we do that here. When we get to the other side, we're just loosening it and moving it out of the way so that we can get the stock turn signal off and get the new rings from Motone on that'll really clean up this install. Next, we're going to remove the Allen bolts that hold each turn signal onto the fork. So basically remove the bolt and that'll allow us to spread the factory turn signal and pull it off. We'll do that on both sides. And the nice part about this setup is we're not cutting anything. We're not damaging anything. You could easily put this back to stock if you so wish in the future. Next up, we're going to install these nice billet Motone turn signal rings. So we're going to wrap that around and then we're going to feed the wires from the new turn signal through there. And these come with a special unique aluminum nut that you'll see here that will thread onto the turn signal. So we do recommend putting a little dab of Loctite onto the lights so that once we have these secured, you don't have to worry about them loosening up. So for right now, we're just making those finger tight. Next up, we are going to plug the turn signal connectors. These are 4mm bullet connectors into the Motone plug and play adapter. So just want to press these together and make sure that there's no metal exposed on these. There is rubber on each end. And then we're going to route those back behind this plastic grommet and then plug that in to the factory plug. Now these Motone signals do have a lot of extra wire. What you want to make sure here is that when you route this wire and reinstall that headlight bracket, which we didn't do here, we actually had to redo it. You want to make sure that that wire is going in between the fork tube and the headlight bracket so that it stays out of the way of the fork stop. So here we are, we're going to just speed through the exact same process on the left side of the bike. Installing the ring, routing the wires through, installing that special aluminum nut. Now the reason we haven't removed the headlight bracket on that side completely is because that has that whole plastic piece attached to it along with some wiring. So just not trying to create that much work, extra work for ourselves here. So same thing here, plugging in both. And then we're going to take that excess Motone wire and kind of put it together like this with a zip tie. And then we're going to secure it to the harness so that it doesn't drop down after you tighten the headlight. But reinstall the headlight and tighten it back up. just trimming that wire tie there. And like I said, the next step would be to add another wire tie and secure that into that area. Then we're going to reinstall the headlight, tighten both sides. I'll post some torque specs and stuff and what tools were needed, down in the comments. This is a fairly easy install, really cleans up the front of the bike. I'm thinking a half hour with minimal mechanical abilities and minimal tools, and then that's the finished product there. Looks great, showing you with the hazards on, but we're also going to install on this bike these same rear turn signals with an Evotech tail tidy. So thank you for tuning in.